And she says me. Then March of 2026, Andy on Watch What Happens Live asked Kyle, what was your reaction to the West and Amanda rumors? And Kyle said, I don't think there's any merit to it. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
I'm Wendy.
Tonight we're going to talk about Summer House season 10 season finale, and then we're going to talk about In the City. But we're just going to do like a broad overview. We're not going to like totally recap. But I just want to preface this episode with, I think Kyle Cook is a douchebag. I think Kyle Cook has always been a douchebag. I think he was a terrible boyfriend, fiance, husband, the whole thing. I have no problem with the fact that Amanda has finally, after 10 years, moved on. I think the only reason she didn't prior is because she wanted to stay on the show. However, I think her moving on with West is whack. So I just wanted to get that out.
Okay, wait. Well, now I need to preface it. I do not think Kyle Cook is a douchebag. I do not think, I think Kyle Cook is a man-child. I don't think he was a good husband. I don't think he was a good boyfriend. I don't think there's any malice in his heart. I think he absolutely loves Amanda, as sad as that is. I don't think he knows how to be a good husband at this point in his life. And at 43 years old, I think for his age and the life he has lived, he looks fabulous, and I don't know how that is.
I agree with that because he's a heavy partier. I mean, Andy asks him on the reunion because somebody says, like, how do you stay so youthful? And he does say that he uses the products that are sent to him. He has to get Botox. He must get Botox.
Does. I don't know.
I mean, if he doesn't, that's some good filters on the camera because he does look ridiculously young. I mean, he's in his 40s. Maybe good genes.
Genetics. It could be good genetics. Like sometimes it's genetic.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take on Kyle.
Yeah. So the episode begins with the party, and Kyle tells Ciara that he thinks it's the best party she's ever thrown.
Mm-hmm.
Which I kind of agree. I thought it was really good. You know, they talk about him and Amanda a little bit. And she says, like, nobody's rooting for you guys to divorce, but it's hard watching them the way they are. And I agree with it. One of the biggest things of the episode was Lindsey asking Carl to sit down and talk. And listen, I'm not the biggest Lindsey fan either, which I said to Wendy earlier. It's funny because I very much enjoyed In the City. I don't like Kyle. I don't really like Lindsey. And now I don't like Amanda because of what she did. So, but I do think In the City is a good show. I think it's going to do well. But, you know, you hear Lindsey say to Carl that when his mom came up to her at Soft Bar, she didn't really know how to react because we find out it always comes back to Sheena Shea. His mom was tearing it up.
How crazy is that?
I know, in Mexico with Sheena the weekend of their wedding that was supposed to be. And she said, like, she's like dancing on the grave of our wedding. I actually don't blame her here. I do feel like that was a bit insensitive. I had a broken engagement. Wedding was planned November 5th. Like, I was not out tearing it up that weekend. I mean, he might have been. I don't think his mom was. I can tell you. Like, it was a somber, because we called it off 4 months before. It was still
not
somber.
6 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's quick for her to be out there hanging with Sheena Shea.
I was listening to Ryan Bailey, who was talking about this, and he's absolutely right. So he had somebody else on. The fact of the matter is it was a destination wedding. And everyone had already paid for their tickets. They were non-refundable. Kyle was there.
So she was there?
It was a destination wedding. It was a destination wedding. People had already paid for these tickets. They were non-refundable. There was other people there. But the media grabbed on to Sheena Shea and Carl's mom. Other people were there too.
So they basically all went. But see, that's kind of even more shittier for Lindsey. She's not the one that wanted to call it off. So she gets screwed out of the wedding, and then everybody else is going and partying on what would have been her wedding.
Right.
So Kyle was there.
I get her. Right, that's what he said. And I get it. I so get how she feels that
Yeah.
way because she said,
Yeah.
like, it was a big public humiliation next to when you broke up with me on camera, and I totally get that, but I also get the fact that all of these people already paid to go there for a
Yes.
non-refundable trip.
Yeah, and some people don't get travel insurance, and then you're stuck.
Right. So you're gonna go. And the fact that it was the media that, it wasn't
Yeah.
Carl's mom that put this out there, but it
Right.
still hurt Lindsay. I so get that. I so get
I
that. And
do
I
too, and
also wanna say, I don't I don't dislike Lindsay. What I like about the summer house is I like watching these people evolve. I have watched it from the beginning as you have. Carl, Kyle, and Lindsay and Amanda have been on it since the beginning.
Mhm.
Amanda was not an original cast member, but she's been on it since the
She
beginning.
was there the first summer, though.
I like watching these people evolve as humans and to grow. And like Carl said to Lindsay, he wouldn't be the man he is today without her. And I think
Absolutely.
that that is true. And I love the fact that, Lindsay said, "How many sandwiches have you made me?" I love the fact that Lindsay had her timeline of what she wanted to happen and when she wanted to happen. And Lindsay was very driven and still is very driven to this day. I like to see the evolvement and the development of these people as people. I like
And
it.
her saying to him, like, "I thought our friendship went beyond the show where you would come to me." I mean, that was bad that he did that to her on the show, and I honestly I'm probably gonna get some flack for this, but I think Kyle encouraged him to do it on the show. Remember they had that breakfast or lunch prior to Carl going to speak with Lindsay? I think if it were up to Carl, he would not have done that on the show. I just think he's better than that. And I don't blame Lindsay for feeling that way about that. I
So,
mean, publicly
yeah.
humiliating.
So Ryan Bailey was talking about this, and he said that he thinks that because Kyle's always maintained that the reason they were having the conversation is because he wanted to work things out, that he didn't plan on breaking up with her. That's what Carl has always maintained.
Yes.
That's why they were having, and that's why the cameras were there.
Mhm.
Ryan Bailey was saying that there's no way that's the reason because of the way production is. You don't contact production unless it's going to be something good. And to have a conversation to get the crew back up because it was they brought the crew back up. It wasn't like they were filming. They were done filming. They had wrapped. And it may have very well been Kyle that
I
encouraged
think it
that.
was. I really, truly think it was. I think Kyle was doing whatever he had to do to salvage the show because I do think the show lost a little bit of luster over the years because they're aging. Like, nobody wants to see us
Yeah.
in the Hamptons. Let's face it.
No.
And I think that Kyle would have gone to great lengths even at the expense of Lindsay and Carl's relationship. But listen, it is what it is, and like you said, we've seen them both. Carl, I would watch a show with just Carl on it, but that's me because I don't like the nastiness and the fighting and the catty, and that's not why I watch these shows. I'm a little disappointed that Carl isn't on In the City.
Me too. I wanted to say that too. And like you said, like Carl wasn't a good guy in the beginning.
No, not
Carl
at
was an
all.
F boy. Carl
Right,
was
the
an F boy,
Workus
but
twins
I
are, you know,
right. I
throwing
love
a
Carl now.
watermelon.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love Carl now too, and I'm also very disappointed that he's not on In the City, and I'm hoping that maybe next season we will see him on In the City, but the only thing I'm thinking is because Soft Bar is in Brooklyn, does he live in Brooklyn also?
Yeah, he lives in Brooklyn, and that was the only thing I was think that maybe that's the reason he's not on it, because he does live in Brooklyn, but so did Alex McCord. She lived in Brooklyn, and she
I
was
know,
on the first ca
I know,
she was on the first season of Roni, so
I know, and you know what
I
a
don't know.
big thing that is for these Manhattaners, like, if you live in Brooklyn, you live in another country.
I mean, we saw how Miranda Hobbs reacted when Steve even mentioned Brooklyn.
Yes, yes.
But, that was a nice conversation between Carl and Lindsay. They seem like they're in a great place. All the while, Kyle is trying to talk to Amanda. But here's the thing. Every time they show Kyle trying to talk to Amanda, and she's like, "No, no, no, I gotta go. My friends are calling me, blah, blah, blah." He's obviously drunk. He's slurring his words. He's swaying back and forth. Listen, if you didn't know Amanda was checked out at this point, you gotta check yourself because she is checked out. And with him being drunk like that, like she says, he'll apologize, but the behavior never changes. And that's right. Like when he's either one of two ways when he's drunk, right? He's saying F you to her face at a dinner table with all their friends because he's getting heat for being the douchebag that he's been for 10 years. Or he's like, oh, schmoopy, schmoopy climbing in bed trying to hug her because he's drunk and he's feeling a certain way. Like, ew. He gives me the ick. I can't even imagine being married to him. He's just, she's checked out. She's done. And then Kyle's telling Ben and Sabrina, like he's playing victim. My wife doesn't even want to talk to me. No, look at you. Look at yourself. Like, get it together.
Yeah. I think at this point it's too far he's too far gone in the whole
Absolutely.
relationship and in his whole he's already trashed. Like you said, he's already
Totally.
inebriated, he's already trashed.
Right.
One of the things that also came up on the Ryan Bailey recap, and I mentioned this to you. So the ski après, like that's what this was, right?
Mm-hmm.
He alludes to the snow actually being Coke, right?
Kyle?
I will say this. No, not Kyle. Because Carl has said, and Kyle has said, Kyle has never done drugs, doesn't do drugs. Kyle only drinks.
Real? Oh, I
But
did not know that.
yeah, so Kyle does not do drugs. Carl has verified that. Like he does that
Wow, that's
Kyle does
interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah, Carl has verified that. But West, like I said to you earlier,
Yes, we've had this conversation.
West and Coke is a thing because I'm going to jump to the end because we're just kind of quickly recapping
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go for it.
When we see Ciara and West at 4 o'clock in the morning, like I'm thinking to myself, like, how the hell are you still up and partying? Well, the way West is still up and partying is because he does Coke. But Kyle rolls in. Kyle doesn't do Coke, right? Kyle rolls in because I'm telling you, he's like some sort of fountain of youth. That's why I said to you, like, I really like Kyle. I don't know how he does what he does. I don't know how he parties like he does. And I don't know how he physically does it at his age, to be quite honest with you. I don't.
But that's the thing. Like he's trying. This is why I give Kyle no grace. I have no sympathy for Kyle. You're
I know.
telling this woman that you want to work things out and you feel she doesn't even want to talk to you. She goes to bed and you go out and roll up at 5:30 a.m. Get the F out of here. You don't want to change anything. You don't want to fix anything. You just want her to stay with you because you don't want to be alone. You're not trying to fix anything.
I think he has Peter Pan syndrome. I think that is 100% who he is. I think he has Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah,
I
he
do.
just doesn't want to change and he wants to blame her for everything. And listen, she's took it for 10 years.
Yeah.
And now she's done. One thing I wanna listen, we're good because we're just going over this real quick, but the one thing I wanna point out is damn it, anyway, I lost my mouse again. But I do remember this. When West is talking to Ben and says when he tried to casually date Ciara, I wanted to punch him in his face. You knew very well. Ciara has been very clear with all of us, quite honestly, and we're not even trying to date her. She's not looking for something casual. She doesn't give it up for just anybody. She holds herself very sacred, as she should. So the fact that she went to a certain point with you intimately should let you know that nothing about what you were doing was casual. He is the worst, Wes.
He is the worst. 100% he is the worst. I just want to bring up a little bit about Sabrina. So, not really a big fan of the whole Ben Sabrina thing. That being
You are?
said, I feel like no, because I feel like Ben came in lying because I feel like he was with Sabrina the whole time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes,
I feel
absolutely.
like he
Yeah.
was with Sabrina the whole time and said that he wasn't, and then all of a sudden
Yes.
brought her in and he loves her. And now Ciara loves her too. Sabrina and
I
Ciara love
know.
each other,
Very
right?
close.
So we know Ciara's coming back next season to Summer House. That's
Okay, but
starting
didn't
soon.
cousin Gina send us something saying that the house that they've been in for the past so many
No,
years
it is.
is
It was
rented?
sold. It was sold. But yeah, they're
So
not
are
going
they
back
going
to
to a
that
different
house.
house?
They'll have to go to a different house. Yeah, Summer House is still happening.
I mean, Kyle came out and said on Watch What Happens Live, like, he sent Wes a voice note saying, "I will never say I won't film with somebody."
Mhm,
So that led me to
mhm.
believe that they were filming. Okay.
No, no. Summer House is still happening. Ciara will be on Summer House again. They will be in a different house. Ryan Bailey said, and I kind of agree with him, the reason they're not going back to that house is because of the way they treated it. I mean, at the end, when that ice sculpture fell on the floor, I'm sure that broke tiles. They treated,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw those houses after the party.
Horrible.
Right.
But, I always thought, like, listen, you're renting this house to Bravo, basically. So
Yeah.
Bravo was responsible for that cleanup.
Yeah, they were. They were. But, maybe the neighbors were like, enough is enough.
Yeah. Even though it's a huge piece of property, it's gotta be
Gosh,
incredibly
because
loud,
you see how
cameras
crowded that party
everywhere.
was?
Yeah.
I honestly think that was the most crowded party I've ever seen them have.
Yeah.
They were like
Yes, that
wall to
one.
wall.
Yeah. So there's a big thing, at the scene where West is saying goodbye to Amanda. So it's West, Amanda, Lindsey, and then Ciara walks up in the foyer. West hugs Lindsey, then he hugs Amanda. I mean, it's a longer hug for sure. It's an affectionate hug. And then Ciara walks up and Wes turns around and Amanda does put like both hands on her cheek and she does make a face as if something had just happened. I mean, I don't want to say she makes a face that they got caught doing something because they were in the middle of the foyer. It wasn't like they were trying to hide. Lindsey was there the whole time. But it is odd the way she put her hands on her face, wasn't it?
It was.
And
It
she
definitely
like
was.
looked at him like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, it was.
It
It
was
was.
weird. It was weird. So then they all leave. And then it's just Amanda and Kyle. And now they're going to have their properly rehearsed breakup.
Yeah.
She says she grew up in that house, which it was different houses along the way, but whatever.
I know, but when you see the scenes of how young she was, like,
Absolutely. I mean, she's in her 30s. So we met her in her 20s. She was a baby. She was a baby.
she was a baby. And can you imagine our kids that are in their 20s?
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Right. Right.
She wants to close this chapter and start over, whatever that looks like. They're both scared, but they know something has to change. She wants time apart. She's going to a hotel. She needs to start looking out for herself. And honestly, all of this is what she should be doing. It is.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Scrolling West was not what she should be doing. And then they leave separately. Like, honestly, now, like, thinking about it, like, did she meet West at the hotel? Like, I don't know. So after they leave, they show them both on Watch What Happens Live separately, and they're both approached with the rumors about she and West, and obviously
So
they're
what I have is so then we go season premiere of In the City, and we start out January 2026, 4 months later.
yeah.
Bombshell news, Kyle and Amanda have broken up. And then February 2026, Watch What Happens Live, Andy asks Amanda, who do you think will be the first of you to start dating? And she says, me.
Mhm.
Then March of 2026, Andy on Watch What Happens Live asks Kyle, what was your reaction to the West and Amanda rumors? And Kyle said, I don't think there's any merit to it. And then
Mm.
Andy on Watch What Happens Live, and they don't give us a date, asks West, what was your reaction to you and Amanda rumors? And West said that we're just friends. Then April 9th, 2026, Kyle's in his apartment and Amanda comes in and well, first he said, you still have the key. And he says to her, are you eating? You're looking skinny. And Kyle said, I'm worried about you. And Amanda said, I'm worried about me too. So I actually like how they did it, to be quite honest with you. I like
Well,
that they,
it was very Real Housewives of Beverly Hills into Vanderpump Rules. It was
well,
a very easy transition for
yes,
different reasons, but it was.
yes, it was. But I like that they gave us all like what was happening in the
Yes.
news, right?
Yeah.
And then we started backwards, like we started present day, not really present day, but almost present
Right.
day.
Almost present.
When she shows up at the apartment and this scandal has come out already. Like it's already,
Yeah.
I thought it was weird
This
when
is
she asked to sit on his couch. She's like, "Can I
yeah,
sit on your couch?" I'm like, "This is weird."
yeah. Well, this is what I didn't like, that Kyle said that someone else gets the version of her that he fell in love with. Go fuck yourself, Kyle, because she was there the whole
No,
time. You took her
no.
for granted. You mistreated her.
See,
That's
that
what
honestly,
changed her.
that broke my heart, and you feel
My
differently about it.
God, Wendy.
That broke my heart. I know you
For
and I are
who,
so
Kyle?
different. Yeah, honestly, for Kyle.
Stop it. Stop it. She was
Because
there the
what?
whole time. He mistreated her.
No,
He took her for granted. He cheated on her. He
you
broke her.
said this. Listen, you said this from the beginning. She was only there to be on the show. She wanted to be on the show. She had
I do
ulterior
think she
motives.
stayed. I do think
Right.
she's
So, how can you blame him? She had ulterior motives.
I think
I
he
don't think he
broke her
did.
with the way he treated her.
Listen, like I said, I don't think he's a good boyfriend. I don't think he was a good husband. I think he is a man child. And not that I'm not saying his actions are excusable, but I'm just saying this is who he is. I think he has Peter Pan syndrome. I think she had her own motives. And her own
I
motives were to be
agree,
on the
but I don't
show.
think she always did. Like, I think when we met Amanda, she was that young, sweet girl that just wanted to get married to Kyle and have babies. I really do think that was her. I think somewhere along the line, he took her for granted. He mistreated her. He cheated on her. He broke her. And that's when
I
she
do
was
think he
like, "You know
mistreated
what?
her.
Fuck you. I'm staying
But you
because I want
said
to
she
stand."
was a booty call. You said it. She was the
She
booty call.
started out she 100% started out as a booty call, but she wanted to marry him. Like, she's always been gaga for him, but he broke her. And at some point during the past 10 years, she was like, great. I'll just play the game along with you because I'm not leaving the show. I'm going to bring my friends on and we're going to have a good time. And then eventually I'm going to leave you for West."
Yeah, but even at the end of Summer House, which we didn't mention, at the end of Summer House, when he's sitting out there on the step and he's like, or even his confessional, he's like, "I screwed this up." He admits
He
his part in it. He
absolutely.
admits his part in it. Like, he
I
admits that he is the one who screwed this up. Like, he lost everything that was important to him. He screwed this up.
yes.
That's why when he's sitting there talking to Amanda and he says in his confessional, he says it, right? He says, I feel bad someone's going to get the person that I fell in love with because he's the one who screwed it up. Like, he admits he screwed it up, but I feel like she had a part in it too. And that's why it broke my heart for him. Because again, I don't think she was innocent in this. I think he's Peter Pan syndrome. I think he's a man child, but when he looks back on it, at least he owns it and says
I
he's the one who
agree.
screwed it up.
He owns it. He did own it. I
Amanda
mean, I
does
don't know
not
if
own
he
anything.
necessarily believes it, but he's saying it.
Amanda doesn't own anything. Amanda at this point,
We'll see at the reunion. I physically can't wait until Tuesday. I mean, I know it's Memorial Day weekend. We live at the shore. There's there's a lot to look forward to, except the fact that it's
yeah.
cold and rainy. But Tuesday cannot get here soon enough. I can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
think, listen, I don't think Amanda was innocent. That's all I'm
no,
saying.
oh no, no.
Think,
I get what you're
I
saying.
think, I think the Kyle that I see today, after he screwed this up and messed up his business and his relationship and screwed up a lot of things in his life, I think he looks back and is remorseful and sees where he went wrong. And I don't think he'll make those same mistakes again. At least I hope he won't. And honestly, I want to see him on Summer House. I do. Because I think Kyle can still be on Summer House. I do.
I
I
think
do.
there's no way he's not going to be on Summer House now.
Right. I think he can still be there. I do.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's my thought on it. It's so funny. You and I see this so differently. I mean, it
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
surprise me because we see a lot of things differently.
We do. We do. You know, I was listening to Ace and Anna. I really love
Yeah.
Reality Court. And they were talking about Jersey. They were talking about everything. I agree with everything they say all the time. It's so funny. I just agreed with everything. I was like, right, that's what yep, right. That's what I think. So if anybody agrees with me on things on the podcast, go listen to Reality Court because you'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll agree with them too. All right, we're just going to go through In the City real quick because basically this episode was just us meeting people.
Yes.
We do finally get to see Gemma, who is beautiful. And I am very I do love seeing Lindsey as a mom because we've said it before. she had a different relationship with her mother than any experience Wendy and I have had. She didn't really have a relationship with her mother. So you know that she's gonna be the best mom ever. She's going to be the best mom ever, so good for her.
Yes.
She
And
does
this
let us
is
know that she hasn't had
sex, right? This is 7 months earlier when we finally get this, and it's September of 2025. So they give us a timeline, which
yeah,
again, I like a
and
timeline.
she
Yeah,
hasn't had sex in 9 months. So they
right.
did her real dirty then by showing her hooking up with everybody and anybody during this.
What about when she said she used to shoot rainbows and butterflies out of her vagina?
Yeah, I don't know what that meant.
I was like, "Wait, what?"
I don't know. Maybe Carl can weigh in on that. We meet Yvonne is her best friend for 13 years, and she's married to Nick. Gina is Lindsay's mom friend, and she was 32 with a toddler, and her ex left her, and then she said she went a little crazy. She's the dermatologist, right, Georgina?
She's a dermatologist. She was 32 weeks pregnant when her ex left her with the
Oh, I thought she
toddler.
was 32 years old with
No,
a
no, no.
toddler.
She was
Wait a
32
minute, she had
weeks
a toddler
pregnant.
and she was 32 weeks pregnant with a second, and her
Yes.
ex left her? Oh, I
Yes.
hope that guy burns in hell.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Andrea from Winter House and his wife Lexi are on it. Danielle and her boyfriend, how do you
Owen.
Owen, right,
Owen.
it's spelled Eoim, but yeah, they met 9 years ago, and then he slipped back in her DMs, which is very interesting because we know now that he was married. So it is
Yeah,
interesting that he
when they're
slipped into her
together.
DMs, yeah,
He was a
and she
newlywed.
yeah,
He got married in Ireland. He was a newlywed. He was a newlywed and he got married in Ireland because people are talking about it like, why isn't he divorced yet? Because in Ireland, it's different. He got married in Ireland and he was a newlywed.
wow, I didn't know that. I
Yep.
did not know
Yep.
that. Dear
Yep.
Lord. They've been together
Yep.
for 6 months, and she basically wants a ring and a baby, which is very hypocritical considering the way she came so hard at Lindsey with Carl. Meanwhile,
Yes.
Lindsey and Carl had been friends for 10 plus years. Ridiculous. Then we see Kyle meets with Kenny for lunch, and they're both wearing black on black. That's very New York, New Jersey. I
It is
totally
very
get
New
it.
York.
I wanted to say something about the Valley, about Danny, but all right, whatever.
Wait, why are we going to say something about the Valley and Danny
I
here?
meant to say while we were recapping the Valley, like people are coming so hard at Danny, and again, I do think that Danny was very disrespectful to Nia. However, we are from New Jersey. I don't know where Danny's from. I actually meant to look it up. Like Jesse, like he's from Boston. He's East Coast. I'm not saying East Coast guys are always disrespectful to their women. New Jersey, New York, Boston, these guys act a certain way. I don't know if it's just that we're more
It's a machismo.
tolerable.
It's a machismo, right?
Like we just
The East Coast men have this certain machismo that they need to be like
yeah,
the guy. They need to
right,
be in charge. Listen, it doesn't mean they're not with strong women. It does not mean they're not with strong
right,
women.
right.
It just means the East Coast women know that they're really in charge and they let the guy think he's in charge.
Exactly, and we step in when we need to.
Exactly. Like we're running the show. Kelly's running the show. I'm running the show. Lori's running the show. Our husbands think they're running the show because that's
They're not
what we
running the
let them
show.
think. They don't know, right? Is that
Yes,
that's what
exactly.
you wanted to say? Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Okay.
So, if you didn't already listen to our Valley episode, go back because I wish I would have said it then. Anyway,
Yeah.
Kenny grew up in Michigan, left Wall Street 6 years ago to go into venture capitalism, and he is a lover boy investor. It was interesting to hear Kenny say that Kyle's been going to things solo for 3 years. Did you clock that?
100% clock that. And even when Andrea talked about the wedding and that Kyle went solo.
Yeah. Which is very interesting that she didn't even go to Andrea's wedding. 'Cause she liked
He was
Andrea,
in
like,
Summer House too. He was in Summer House, not only
yep,
Winter House, but he was in Summer
right.
House too.
Yeah. So, anyway, Kenny brings up his girlfriend Whitney and says she's happy, she wakes up happy, she's a breath of fresh air, and then we find out that she was on The Bachelor. So, my immediate reaction is, she's an opportunist and just wants to be on reality TV. They
But
all
Kenny
meet up
grew
at
up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Kenny grew up in the Midwest, which I think is kind of important because I think Midwestern people have different values than East Coast people. Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel like it's a
for
different
sure.
thing. But he did work on Wall Street for 6 years
Right.
until he decided to go into venture capital investment. So, he's got those
Yeah, what I
Midwestern
say, venture
values, which
capitalism. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. So they all meet up at the Garrett, and you have to walk through a burger place to get in there, which is very
Okay.
NYC.
Okay, so I know everything about this now. I wrote everything down. You have to go through Burger 25. I have the address. We are going there. You and I are going there. You and
I'll
I are
know.
going there. It is 7th Avenue and Bleecker Street, on the corner of 7th Avenue and Bleecker Street. We are going to the Speakeasy. I think we're going to do it soon. I feel like we are going to New York soon, and I want to go to Soft Bar. We're going
Yeah,
to
we
Soft
gotta go
Bar.
to Soft Bar, yeah.
And I feel like we need to make a New York trip to go to this speakeasy. I need to go to the speakeasy.
Alright, I have one request. If we do
Okay.
this or when we do this, can we please do a lip lab?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
doing lip lab.
Is Lip Lab? Where's Lip Lab? Is it in
There's a lip
Brooklyn?
lab in Brooklyn. There's 2 in Manhattan. One
But where? Is it
is near Bryant Park.
okay? That's okay. And where's the other one?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Because hold on, wait. The Garrett is in the West Village. Is anything in the West Village? Because the West Village
The
is
other one might be in
downtown.
the Village, I don't know.
Okay, so if it's in the Village, okay, so it's on the corner of Bleecker and 7th. All right, we are
All right, we'll
going there.
figure it
We're
out.
definitely going there. Yeah, it's a Five Guys. It's a freaking Five Guys.
Oh, it's a Five Guys. It looked like a
Mhm.
Five Guys. It's so funny how they all look alike.
It's a Five Guys.
So we see people starting to meet up at the Garrett, and then Kyle and Amanda are on a walk, and they just came from the therapist. Well, again, Kyle, you say you want to work things out. You're so sad. Wah, wah, wah. But you had a gig last night, and you came home at 4 a.m. when you knew you had therapy. So
But he
who
showed up
wants?
to therapy. He
Yeah,
showed
but
up to therapy.
his gig didn't end at 4 a.m.
No, it ended at 2.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, go home, Kyle. Go if you're really trying to work on your marriage, go home.
All right, I'm just going to say this, Kelly. You are the one who knows once the party starts, it's hard to stop it.
I love to keep the party going. But if my marriage were at stake, I wouldn't.
All right, I'm just saying that.
I know. You're right. I was still on the dance floor at the night of my wedding when everybody was leaving. They had to come
Okay, all right,
find me
there
on
you
the
go.
dance floor to come say goodbye.
I know, you know, when you want the party to keep on going, the party's going to keep on going. It's
Yeah.
hard to stop the party once it starts.
For sure. So everybody's at the Garrett now. Kyle shows up. He tells them Amanda's not coming. I just want to get to I don't even want to go through all, Lindsay's there.
Yeah.
Then Danielle shows up. She doesn't want to talk to her. Then we find out that Danielle gave Carl a hand job in the back of an Uber a week after the first time they broke up, not when they called off the engagement, which was very misleading, but that's what promos do. And listen, it is kind of fucked up. But I do think, and somebody needs to fact check this, I think Lindsay met Danielle because Carl had dated Danielle in the past.
Well, Carl did date Danielle in the past, but I don't know that that's how they met.
I don't think that Lindsay and Danielle were friends and then Danielle dated Carl. I think Danielle dated Carl and then Lindsay and Danielle became friends. So listen, if she dated him in the past and you guys just had this thing.
All right, so
and
it's
then
okay to give him a hand job after your friend? I mean, come on.
Lindsay dated him after becoming friends with Danielle.
I mean, listen, it's a freaking hand job.
Exactly. Who even does that anymore?
Exactly. Who even does that anymore? Like, that's
I mean,
the
if
whole
you're married,
point.
you got to do certain things when you're married. But I'm just saying, like,
And a hand job?
I mean, it's kind of like a high school thing.
It's a
Not to
high
give-
school thing.
Not to give too
It's a
much
high school
away, but
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
maybe even middle school. I don't know. Anyway, I digress.
It's so funny.
Danielle asks Lindsay to go to lunch, and Lindsay says she has to think about it. Listen, you know damn well Lindsay did not want Danielle recorded. Like, She did not want her on this show. She was
How did she
probably
get on
like,
the show? How did
I
she get on the
don't
show? Because
know.
I feel like Lindsey is this show. Lindsey started this show.
Well,
How did
that's what
Danielle
we
get on the
heard
show?
when we heard the, little birds chirping about this show. It was basically a Lindsay spinoff. And then
Right.
we found out Kyle was going to be on it, which
Yeah, but
this is probably the reason Carl's not on it, because it was based around Lindsay,
yeah,
because they
so how did
weren't in a
Danielle
good
get on
place.
it?
I
How did
don't
Danielle get
know.
on it? Like, that's my
Apparently the producers did her dirty.
well, because honestly, she got on it because she was dating a married man. That's how she freaking got on it.
Yeah, that is how she got
That's
on it.
TV
You're right.
gold. Are you kidding
Yep.
me?
Yep.
That's how she got on it.
Yeah. So then we see Lindsay, Yvonne, Georgina. Lindsay, Yvonne, and Georgina meet up with Amanda.
Well,
But
that's after they
before-
meet. Wait. After they meet up with Georgina in her office in Tribeca, because she's the dermatologist and she's in her
Yes.
scrubs, and they're like, "Well, like, do you even have clothes to change?" And she opens up the cabinet and she comes out in this fabulous outfit.
Did you watch it on
Okay,
Peacock?
Georgina. No, I watched it on the DVR.
I must have missed that for some reason.
Yeah. She had all these clothes in her cabinet, like casual clothes, red tie, black tie clothes, all going out clothes.
Nice.
So Georgina is a single mom with a toddler and a newborn, a dermatologist in her own practice. She's a boss bitch. Seriously,
Right.
Georgina is a boss bitch.
Yes, for
And
sure.
this is what I'm here for, like meeting these new people.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
Yes. So before Amanda gets there, Lindsay does say that I guess she didn't pay rent for 3 years, and
Yes.
Kyle put a spreadsheet together and charged her last week. And it was $117K.
17. Yep. And she
Yeah,
paid it.
and she paid it. She wrote that check. Good for you, Amanda. God bless. Wait, this was wild. Yvonne says Nick isn't ready to be a dad, and at some point she took off to San Diego for days and he didn't realize. Could you imagine?
No. If I'm gone for a half hour
Right.
when they don't expect it. When, where are you? Where
Right.
are you? When you coming home?
I get the text, yo, and it's why, like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
That is
That-
very concerning.
Very concerning.
And they have a dog. I mean, he's talking to the dog. He's asking the dog where she's at.
So good. And then Amanda drops the bomb. I don't know how Amanda knew this, but that Danielle was with a married man. And Lindsay was shooketh.
Because she got it from Katie. Katie told her. Danielle is
Katie?
closest with Katie. Katie was at the bar. When I don't know if you've seen it on social media, they are asking, like, they take these questions out of the bag, and one of the questions Danielle gets is, "Who are you closest with?" And she says Katie. So Danielle is closest with Katie. Katie was
I
at
don't
the
even
bar.
remember who Katie was.
We don't know anything about her. We don't know anything about her.
Okay,
Just that
okay.
we haven't learned anything about her. Just that she's closest with Danielle, and she is the one who told Amanda.
Okay. So then we'll end the episode. Kyle and Amanda do go out for their 4-year anniversary. Kyle says he feels like they're in a decent place. He feels like they're moving forward in therapy, and then Amanda does not feel like they're moving forward. And she basically tells him she's moving out. She says it's for a month, not to end their relationship, but to help them. She wants them to date each other, and she's not doing this to run away.
All right.
Now,
I thought this was so weird. First of all, the first thing I thought is, why are they sitting at a bar on their 4th anniversary? That was my first thought. And then they're talking to these random people at
These
the bar,
guys
and they say,
who had to be mic'd. They had to be mic'd.
Yes, this is just our appetizers. We're going to another restaurant for our actual anniversary dinner.
Right. Which I'm sure they did not.
I mean, after she says, I'm going to move out, why would you go anyplace else?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it is what it is. We all know how it winds up now, but In the City's good. I recommend you should check it out.
I do too.
And that's coming from someone who does not enjoy watching Kyle, Lindsay, or now Amanda on my screen. I'm
I
here
do like
to see.
Kyle and Lindsay, not for Amanda.
Right. So I'm curious. I'm interested to see how this works out.
And I want Carl next season.
Yes, we need Carl.
I want Carl next season with Bailey.
You think, is there any chance Lindsey and Carl are ever going to get back together?
No, 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 no,
You don't
no,
think,
no,
huh?
no, 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 no. I want them to be friends. I think Carl needs to be Uncle Carl to Gemma. I don't think they are good as a couple. I think they are good to be friends. I think Carl, Lindsey, and Kyle should be BFFs forever. I think they have each other's back.
Yeah,
I
because
think
you're right.
they
If they got back together, there's a really good chance that it would end
no.
super bad, and that
No,
would
no,
not
no,
be
no.
good. There's no coming
I
back
don't
from
ever
that.
want to see that. I don't ever want to see that happen. I want to see Lindsay find her prince. I want to see her find somebody who's going to treat her like a queen. I like Lindsay. I know you don't.
I mean,
I
I'm just
think
not a huge fan. I'm happy for her that she had the baby. I think she'll be the best mom. I just think she did you see her on Watch What Happens Live? She wouldn't shut the F up. Like, let Kyle speak for crying out
because
loud.
Kyle can't speak. She said it, and it's true. Kyle is not a good communicator. When she stopped talking and Kyle started talking, he couldn't convey the message he wanted to. Lindsay is a good friend. Lindsay
Well,
is
they
a
are
good friend.
I give her that. She is a good friend to Kyle.
Lindsay's a good friend to Kyle, and I think she will be a very good friend to Carl. I think she is the mom. Like, I think listen, I think every friend group needs someone who's a little bit more dominant, right?
Yes.
Lindsay's the dominant of this friend group, and I think it works. I think it works. I want to see them all happy and successful, but not with each other. I don't think any of them to be together. I want to see where Kyle finds love. I want to
Yeah.
see where Carl finds love. I want to see where Lindsay finds love. I want to see that happen. Don't you?
Yeah. We'll see if it does happen.
It doesn't sound like you do.
We'll see. Well, thank you for watching and listening. We're definitely covering the Summer House reunion, and we'll cover In the City going forward. So please share, like, comment, and 5-star reviews only, please.
Thank you.
Bye.